Hi guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. You're thinking, Shan, why are we back in the bathroom? The heating's on, guys, and you know what? I'm taking full advantage of this, okay? I've got my back against the radiator. We are all nice and toasty warm, and I thought, you know what? I am going to film this video before I get into the bath, in the bathroom, because travel diaries for me, we all know I love to travel and we know I love a bath. A bath is a highlight of my travels. However, this travel diaries is a little bit different, guys. We are going to be speaking about winter getaways. Now, your girl hasn't done a winter getaway and she is this year. I am off to Iceland towards the end of the month, and it is the first winter city break, winter getaway, like I don't know, whatever you want to call it. That is my first, and it got me thinking, I want to do a lot more. And you know what, there is so much out there to do at the winter. Just because it's cold doesn't mean you can't travel. So I thought, you know what, I haven't done a little travel diaries since Jamaica. Let's sit down, let's have a little look through my phone. I do have all of my notes and everything on my phone, and I will be going through the winter getaways that we have planned, and also the ones that I wouldn't mind doing. So yeah, get comfy, get cozy, talking about winter getaways, and I have my back on the radiator, heating full blast, loving my life in this winter time. So, as I said, towards the end of November, we're actually off to Reykjavik. Now, I've been doing my research on Iceland, and currently they think there could be a volcano about to erupt. Yes, so that could be a little bit disastrous. I mean, if it was to erupt and I wasn't able to get home, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm all here for a little bit of extension on my annual leave, you know. I don't feel I get enough as it is. If natural disasters stop me from getting back to work, I mean, everything happens for a reason, right, guys? That's how I would see it. But Iceland was always up there with a place I wanted to go. And also, as I say, my partner, it was one of the first places we said, if we was to ever have like a little holiday or like a little city break, where would it be? And we always said like Northern Lights, or I said Iceland, he said Northern Lights, and we was like, okay. So of course we are going to see the Northern Lights. I say we are. We have the trip booked, and fingers crossed we do get to see them, but we have quite a few trips booked for when we're out there. I'm not going to go into too much of what we've got booked because I don't think there will be an Iceland vlog. I'm not going to lie, guys. Our relationship is still very private. You guys have seen the back of him from the PR event, and you've of course heard his voice, but we like to do filming, but just for us. So like, that doesn't mean I'm not getting the camera out and we're not sitting there and that, but that for us. You might catch an arm or a side of the head or something like that. But I will be including some clips for Vlogmas, because obviously when Vlogmas starts, I'll be in Iceland. So of course I want to get some little bits and bobs and put it in there. So I don't want to say that there is a lot to do out there, because I don't want to give any clues. But a lot of the trips we've seen, I feel like we could definitely go out again. If we get there and it's as magical as everyone says, there could be a return to Iceland, because you have everything from like the ice caves, obviously Northern Lights. There is whale watching, there's like beer tours, there's food tours, you've got walking tours, you have the museums, you have churches, there's like particular bakeries. Oh my god, my TikTok is all about Icelandic bakeries. I'm all here for this, okay? And then there is just loads and loads of restaurants, little pit stops. But when we go, there's only about 5 hours of sunlight a day. So it's going to be very dark. It's going to feel late most of the time. So I need to make sure I have lights, selfie lights, like everything on point. If you can hear a little bit of sizzling in the background, Mama G is cooking dinner, bless her. Tonight we have pork chops with mustard mash and peas and gravy. Speaking to me, I love a good pork chop with the bone. And moving swiftly on. So Iceland, as I say, is going to be the first of that. The one that I think will be for next year, but next year, so for Iceland, we are going Thursday morning and we come back Sunday afternoon. So it's 3 nights, 4 days in essence. However, next year I feel it could be Poland, but we've already looked, and Poland, we need like 5 to 7 days out there. There is so much that we can do out there. Obviously, you have your historical Auschwitz tour and everything like that. They have salt mines. Again, they have the food tours and the booze tours. But they have stuff like shooting, range shooting. I'm all here for that, okay, guys? Poland is going to be up there. And my girl Brogan, who you all know, will you meet her? I think you'll meet her soon on the channel. Whenever that may be, when we meet, or when it might be some shenanigans in Edinburgh, I don't know, but you will see her. And her family actually love Poland, and she's been to Poland many a time. So I was like, you know what? I need a tour guide, or it could even just be like a couple's getaway. There might just be 4 of us hitting Krakow in Poland. Who knows? But the winter getaway for me, I think Poland actually looks lovely in the spring and summer as well. But for that place, I feel I would want it to be cold. Like, I feel if you was to do the Auschwitz tour, as morbid as this sounds, I wouldn't want a hot sunny day. I want the weather to be pouring down with rain, freezing cold, so that you actually are in that somber mood, because I don't feel you can go on them tours happy. You have to be in a reflective mindset. If you remember last year on Vlogmas, me and Mum went to an exhibition in London which was called Seeing Auschwitz, and it was very, I'm trying to think of what it was hard hitting. Like, you learn about it in school, obviously, and from school to adult life you kind of forget things, but seeing it all there, seeing the artifacts, seeing the photos, seeing articles, seeing and hearing the stories on the videos, it really did, it was a very, I think the word is poignant, it was a very poignant exhibition for me and Mum. And like, we did come away and think, all of that happened, and it's just kind of like, okay. And then they show you how, in essence, some of those things are still going on in this world nowadays throughout certain countries, certain governments. And you're thinking that this day and age, the world can't be doing that. But unfortunately, it does. And yeah, it's not, I hope that that comes back to London, because I feel that would be something that me and my partner could do, because he's very historical. He likes learning about history and everything like that, because like myself, we feel it needs to be spoke about and it needs to be remembered for future generations. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my goodness, that was a big sneeze, wasn't it? Oh goodness gracious me, I do apologise. But we feel like it is good, because you obviously have the younger generations and people who aren't quite aware of what happens. And with obviously Arms Day coming up and that, those people fought and died for a reason. And has it been to vain? That's something I don't want to get into, but you have to remember the sacrifices that people made. So yeah, I feel that would be a very poignant trip, but I think something that I definitely would love to do. And it kind of takes me in terms of the next destination I would love to go to. Again, at winter time, for some reason, I would love to go to Amsterdam. Amsterdam, I feel, the Anne Frank Museum. Again, guys, I love my history, I can't lie. Something like that, I feel you have to go and experience it. And that, Amsterdam isn't known for that, I think. I mean, for certain people it is. However, I think a general consensus of Amsterdam, it's not known for its history. It's known for its partaking in certain substances and in certain areas. But I do feel there is actually quite a lot of history in Amsterdam. If any of you guys have been to any of the places that I'm mentioning or am going to mention, can't get me word that, blah, 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 or are mentioning throughout this video, please do let me know, like, any tips, tricks, where you think we should go, currency, because the one thing with Iceland, the general consensus I'm getting from you guys is it's pricey. And I'm like, right, I don't know what to take. So we're going to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. All of the trips are paid for, but we need food. And me and my partner like our food. So I'm thinking, how much on average? If you have a rough idea, please do let me know down below, guys, because as I say, it's coming up to about 2 weeks and I'm getting a little bit not agitated, but I'm getting apprehensive. We all know I'm like, if things are left last minute, we still need to go and get all of our winter clothing. We need to look for the spikes. Anything else that you think we need, please do let me know down below. But yeah, and Amsterdam as well, you have like your museums, you have your canals that you see and the trams. Of course, you have the bits and bobs that you go to Amsterdam to try. And would I partake in them? I mean, I'd say I'd give it a go, but I said I was going to give it a go in Jamaica, and then I bottled it. I think it was because I was on my own. I didn't want to try something that had never been in my body before, and then you could have an adverse reaction, and who knows. So, yes, that, I think Amsterdam could be lovely in spring or winter as well. Now, the classic ones that I think for winter are Finland, Lapland, even Switzerland. Now, guys, your girl is a little bit active, let's just say. I really want to try skiing. Part of me is really excited, and then part of me is like, Shan, you are a klutz. You definitely need your holiday insurance for that. Dada went skiing and fell down a mountain. He had to get airlifted to a hospital. I think that was Switzerland. And I'm like, that just don't give a track record for me, does it? That does not paint the greatest light for my family and mountains. However, it does look fun. I don't think I could do snowboarding. I would like to try skiing. The thing that I would love with skiing, you know, you should have a little cable car that goes across. So I'm thinking like Finland, Lapland. Oh my God, Lapland, you could do like the husky sledding. I know it's more for Santa, but right, argument here. Can you go to Lapland if you're an adult without children? Because I don't have children. And Lapland was always somewhere that Mum wanted to take me when I was younger. And my dad was like, nah, we're not going there. It's all hyped up. But now I'm like, I want a husky ride. I want a sled ride. Or are there places, maybe Finland, Greenland, where you can do that stuff and it's not all Santa based, you know? I definitely feel, I love the snow. As much as I love the heat, I only love the heat abroad. If you said to me, what is the weather that you prefer in England? I would say cold and crisp. Because I can layer and layer. I don't like it when it's raining or windy, which we've had quite a lot of the rain and wind lately. But anything that's just where I can layer. Like this morning, it was bitterly cold. Like absolutely bitterly cold. And I woke up and was like, whoo! Grabbed the dressing gown. For work, I had my top. I had another top, I had my hoodie, and then I had my coat. Like, I love layers. My hats, my scarves, my gloves. You know me, guys. Your girl will, I think I will be like a womble in Iceland. I'm going to have that many layers. I'm going to be like, I'm here. But I tell you somewhere that I never ever thought of. I think of this country as being hot. I saw it on a TikTok and I was like, oh, that looks a bit of me. And that is Transylvania in Romania. Oh my God, the villages looked gorgeous. It was that, Reykjavik and Switzerland, funny enough. And they looked absolutely gorgeous. But for me, I would associate Romania with like Croatia, like sunny beach and everything like that. I would never think of it in the wintertime. But the little villages that we saw looked absolutely delightful. And I'm like, the thing that I'm excited about with all these winter travels is the food. I'm not going to lie, it's the food and the mulled wine and the mulled drinks. I had my first glass, well, bottle of mulled wine the other day with my Sunday roast, and I felt blooming fantastic. Let me tell you, I felt on top of the world. Mum was like, oh, because Mum's a bit hit and miss with mulled wine, and my partner said that it looked and smelled like medicine, and he tasted it and he said, it's like medicine. So I was like, you know what? If we go to the Christmas markets, he loves his cider. He'll be a mulled cider guy and I'll be the mulled wine. But you know I'm going to be taking a little bit of the mulled cider. I mean, it's only natural. He'll probably be having his brandy hot chocolates. I'll be having me Bailey's hot chocolates. I think we have a good little balance there of life. But yeah, I go for the food. I mean, you've seen me on my holiday vlogs, guys. I make well and truly full advantage use of that all-inclusive. I think if I've paid for it, I'm going to enjoy it. However, the only thing with these like city breaks and the winter getaways, the majority of them is room only. Now, I can't remember if I actually have bed and breakfast on mine or whether it is a room only. And again, it's not through TUI. So we've actually booked this through EasyJet. I've flown with EasyJet once and I've had like a package deal with them once. The only thing that stresses me out is when you fly with EasyJet and you have your transfer, it's not like you come out and it's waiting there. You have to find it. And that was when I went to Barcelona and I got quite flustered with that. So I was like, ooh. So I'm hoping this time it all goes a bit smoothly. Oh, God, that is a bit hot. I almost burnt me back on there now. Whew. I do hope that it's a little bit more smoother, and I think we get to the hotel about 1 p.m. and your check-in is from 3 p.m. so there is a bag drop off. So I said that's great, we can drop the bag off, have a little walk around, and then we are going to be doing the Northern Lights the first night that we're there, because if you don't see them then you can like rebook for the following night. So we thought, you know what, do it the first. If not, we've got 2 other nights that we can try it, but fingers crossed we do see them. Also, if you guys have been Iceland and Northern Lights, please do help me out. What is the best way to capture the Northern Lights? I'm going to have my camera. Would you say a camera, flash, no flash? A phone? The photos I've seen of a phone sometimes are better than a camera. Do you have the flash though, or do you not have a flash? I need all of these tips and tricks, because it's something I want to experience, and I will experience taking that moment, but I want to take my little tripod, and then if I can just set it up and literally put it on a time lapse. What best would you think it would be, on this camera or on, say, the phone with a flash? I don't know which best it would work, so please do let me know, as I say, down below, because I would love that. And what do I wear? I want a nice little cute picture. I mean, my partner, he has his little beanie hats, and I'm like, I love a beanie hat, but mine normally has the big giant pom-pom. I have asked if he wants a pom-pom hat. He doesn't want a pom-pom hat. So I'm like, okay, so we need to try and sort bits and bobs on that. So yeah, we're going to have a look in Sports Direct. We're also going to look at Decathlon. The spikes I think will be from Amazon, but I said, Mum said to me, oh Shan, don't pay too much for all the bits and bobs, but I think winter getaways are actually going to be our thing, because our anniversary is in winter time, and with our work we shut down over Christmas. So I think if we have a few days spare, we'll just jet off somewhere. Even though, if it's not abroad, guys, I can't wait to get to Scotland. I know I've been saying this, but Brogan is going to be my guide. We will have a fantastic time. I think, looking at the way things are going, we might be up there in Easter time, around April, and Brogan and her fiance, husband to be, which I can't believe I'm saying that, they're coming down, I think maybe January time. So I can't wait. I actually cannot wait. We are going to have an absolute blast. But yeah, Scotland at winter time, it just looks magical. The Highland cows, oh my god, the Highland cows, the deers, the stags, just absolutely everything. So you don't have to go abroad for winter getaways. There are so many places within England. As I say, I kind of just think like the norther, that's not even a word, more north the better. Like the higher, the norther you go, the more chance you've got of like having snow, coldness, everything like that. Even probably like Peak District and Lake District I think would be really lovely in the winter time. If you remember on the Lake District log cabin, the first one I went to on my own, when we used to open the door and the grass would be just like crisp with damp and dew. Oh, I used to love that. Oh, I used to love that. And guys, we've got a log cabin next year as well. That has actually been booked for ages, because I booked that, when did I book that? I can't remember. But that's been booked for ages, and I cannot wait to do a log cabin. That again is somewhere up north. It's a place that we haven't been to. I've not been and my partner hasn't been. And it's a new little, it's still off Ho Seasons, but it's a different little brand of the cabin, because, you know, I like to try about. But yes, there is so many places. If you guys can think of anywhere for winter getaways or winter city breaks, I mean, obviously you have like New York, but I'm trying to think somewhere a little bit more closer to home if you wanted to just go for like a 3-4 day one. But yeah, any tips, tricks or anything at all would be highly, highly appreciated. Guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up, because my nose is telling me that my dinner is almost ready. And when I tell you I'm starving. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below, and leave us a comment. Have you done any winter getaways, city breaks, Krakow, Poland, Iceland, Switzerland, Transylvania? Any tips or tricks for Iceland will be greatly appreciated, or any tips and tricks in general for winter getaways. But guys, you heard that. That means Mum's turning the tap on to get the water in the kettle for the gravy. It is dinner time. Take care, stay safe as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.